Joseph's story is one of the most dramatic in the Bible. Sold into slavery by his brothers, he ends up in Egypt, where he's falsely accused and thrown into prison. But Joseph has a gift. He can interpret dreams. When Pharaoh has a troubling dream about 7 fat cows and 7 skinny cows, Joseph is called in. He explains that the dream means 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. Pharaoh is so impressed that he puts Joseph in charge of preparing Egypt for the famine. Joseph rises to power, second only to Pharaoh himself. It's a story of resilience, faith, and God's bigger plan, even when life seems unfair. Back in Canaan, Joseph's brothers are struggling because of the famine. They travel to Egypt to buy grain, not realizing they're dealing with Joseph. Joseph recognizes them, but doesn't reveal his identity. He tests them by accusing them of being spies and demanding they bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, to Egypt. When they return with Benjamin, Joseph finally reveals who he is. His brothers are terrified, but Joseph forgives them, saying, "You meant evil to me, but God meant it for good." It's a powerful moment of reconciliation and a reminder that God can turn even the worst situations into something good. Joseph brings his entire family to Egypt, where they settle in the land of Goshen. Before he dies, Joseph makes his brothers promise to take his bones back to Canaan when they eventually leave Egypt. Genesis ends on a hopeful note, with the promise of God's faithfulness to Abraham's descendants. But it also sets the stage for the next chapter in the Bible, Exodus. It's a reminder that God's plans are bigger than we can imagine, and his promises endure through generations.